What if your high school graduation speech didn't consist of the standard, safe cliches about changing the world, but was instead an expletive-filled, public promise to knock someone unconscious in a combat ring just a few hours later? That is precisely how Knox Jolie-Pitt, the 17-year-old son of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, chose to shatter his family's long-standing tradition of absolute private discretion. On Friday, June 5, 2026, the youngest son of the former Hollywood power couple took the podium at his Los Angeles graduation ceremony. Dressed in a traditional cap, gown, and celebratory lei, Knox skipped the predictable sentimental reflections. Instead, he flashed a massive grin at the microphone and hijacked his own commencement to plug a late-night martial arts event, shouting to the stunned crowd, "Tonight, I'm going to be fighting at Total Sonic Knockout 5 at 12:45 a.m., so catch me. I'm going to knock MDF *** out. Let's go." The shocking, completely unscripted outburst immediately sent the auditorium into absolute hysterics, prompting roaring cheers from his classmates and a visibly proud reaction from his mother, Angelina Jolie, and twin sister, Vivian, who were watching closely from the audience. True to his word, Knox completely bypassed the typical all-night high school graduation parties to fulfill his aggressive scheduling commitment. Just hours after walking across the commencement stage, the teenager transformed into a full-scale combat athlete, arriving at a high-energy, late-night club venue in downtown Los Angeles that hosted the exhibition cards. Swapping his purple graduation robes for black boxing shorts, hand wraps, and matching gloves, Knox stepped inside the ropes for a highly anticipated Muay Thai match. Video footage capturing the intense, three-round bout shows the young fighter demonstrating exceptional tactical discipline, throwing precise leg kicks, heavy jabs, and commanding the ring with a physical intensity that ultimately secured him a definitive victory. His twin sister, Vivian, was spotted deep within the crowded, high-security spectator area, serving as his ultimate ringside support system, while her brother proved that his bold, daytime bravado at the graduation podium wasn't just theatrical posturing. The digital response across sports forums, pop culture commentary feeds, and mainstream media spaces has been absolutely deafening over the last 48 hours, triggering a fierce debate regarding the public personas of Hollywood's next generation. Viral clips of the profanity-laced graduation speech juxtaposed against raw ring footage of Knox landing heavy combinations have rapidly accumulated tens of millions of views on social media. The digital commentary split instantly into two starkly different reactions. In combat sports communities and traditional athletic spaces, fans are reacting with immense fascination, heavily praising the teenager's genuine dedication to an incredibly grueling martial art and pointing out that his physical movement patterns look shockingly like a real-life homage to his father Brad Pitt's iconic performance in Fight Club. Conversely, an entirely different wave of lifestyle commentators and celebrity analysts are completely hyper-focusing on the sheer, rebellious energy of the speech itself, dissecting how a child raised under the ultimate blanket of Hollywood protection and elite curation suddenly chose such a raw, public way to announce his adulthood. This rapid escalation from a routine family milestone into an international, multi-platform media thesis exposes a profound shift in how the children of ultimate A-list icons are navigating their independence. For over a decade, the Jolie-Pitt children have been fiercely shielded from the traditional entertainment machine, rarely appearing on public feeds unless tightly curated by their mother's humanitarian or red carpet appearances. But Knox's explosive weekend represents a complete, highly intentional break from that defensive privacy model. It proves that within the contemporary landscape, true individuality for a celebrity isn't found by blending into the background or launching a predictable luxury influencer brand. It is forged through raw, undeniable physical merit. Stepping into a Muay Thai ring, where family lineage, wealth, and Hollywood connections mean absolutely nothing the second an opponent throws a punch, is the ultimate declaration of personal sovereignty. It shows a young man actively choosing the painful, unglamorous discipline of combat sports to define his own identity, completely outside the shadow of his parents' cinematic legacies. The long-term execution of this dual milestone is a massive reputational triumph that beautifully reshapes the narrative surrounding the youngest tier of the Jolie-Pitt household. In an era where celebrity children are frequently dismissed as passive beneficiaries of nepotism who use their family names to secure effortless modeling contracts or corporate sponsorships, Knox's transition into a winning, dedicated fighter commands immediate respect. It establishes him firmly in the public eye as an intensely disciplined, highly authentic individual who is entirely unafraid to push his physical limits, earning a unique crossover appeal that bridges the gap between Hollywood interest and genuine athletic respect. We must remain exceptionally disciplined in separating the verified, documented details of this graduation weekend from the wild, unverified theories currently flooding the internet speculation machine. It is a confirmed, undeniable fact that Knox graduated, that he delivered the unfiltered speech, and that he won his Muay Thai exhibition match in downtown Los Angeles under the guidance of his training academy. However, viral social media claims suggesting that this entire fighting debut was a highly calculated, meticulously scripted publicity stunt explicitly engineered to launch an upcoming multi-million-dollar sports apparel line or a Hollywood cinematic remake are completely fabricated lies born out of pure internet cynicism. Furthermore, online rumors claiming that the choice of an aggressive, expletive-filled fighting speech was a deliberate, hostile public swipe meant to alienate his father remain entirely baseless family myths that completely misinterpret a standard, adrenaline-fueled teenage sports announcement. The pacing of this discourse has been remarkably fast-moving, transitioning instantly from standard graduation coverage straight into a heavy, forward-looking evaluation of his athletic trajectory, just as the summer sports and exhibition calendars begin to fully heat up. This leaves the broader martial arts community and the expanding landscape of celebrity sports culture with a deeply compelling future impact to observe as the young fighter continues to develop his skills. As the public watches to see how he balances his newfound post-graduation freedom with the intense demands of competitive training, the ultimate trajectory of his public profile will depend entirely on how far he chooses to take his martial arts journey. Whether this striking weekend marks the beginning of a highly focused, legitimate amateur fighting career that will see him climbing the ranks of international Muay Thai organizations, or if this late-night exhibition was simply a high-energy, symbolic rite of passage to close out his high school years before retreating back into private life, is a fascinating cultural narrative that his next steps in the gym will inevitably begin to reveal.